All right, we're live. Episode. No, I gotta start that shit over. Actually, no, I'm not starting that shit over. Episode 11. Can't tell me, man. Podcast. There's a lot of things happening this week. It didn't fucking happen when we were trying to like talk about the podcast, but it happened. In like a wingspan of a day.
A lot of shit happened today.
Yeah. Well, my name's Try though.
Engerson was good, y'all. Y'all never go.
Yeah, make sure I usually save this for the end, but make sure you like, subscribe, and view our shit if you like what we talk about. But yeah, what do you want to talk about first? A lot of things happened not last week, actually, just today and yesterday.
Yeah, well, let's talk about let's just start light. Let's go with let's start off with Julian Edelman.
All right.
Retirement.
It was weird. The report came out that it was because the Patriots released him because of his physical. Like, he didn't pass the physical, and then somehow happened. It was like, oh, this kind of preempt him to be announcing his retirement, and then he announced his retirement. I don't know if you saw the video, but he was just sitting there in Foxborough with the chair talking for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I seen it.
Oh, okay.
I seen it as I was walking up earlier. But yeah, he basically retired. I think it was more. I think he planned on retiring. To be honest, because he hurt his knee last season.
Right.
Whenever he hurt his knee last season, he was out.
He was
for the rest of the season.
The last two seasons, he kind of have like some leg issues towards the end of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was always just like getting the maintenance, like resting towards the end when the Pats were in the playoffs. But last season for sure, I remember he messed up his knee. I don't remember specifically what he did, but he was out for the playoffs, or he was out for the rest of the season. And then I seen an article, maybe I kind of seen it coming personally, because I seen an article, I want to say a week ago.
Yeah. And
it was talking about how even though he's been basically recovering this whole time from when he hurt himself in the season to now, his knee still hadn't healed. Right. And when I seen that, I was like, okay.
He's real small amongst like big boys. So like, I don't know. And he has a really long career. Well over a decade, really produce every fucking season. It's kind of funny. I saw the post, and then like, you know how like when you watch a post, there's always like a comment that they would like to show. It wasn't anybody I was following, but the comment says, "Signing with the Bucks tomorrow." I was like, you know what?
I thought that
he probably will sign with the Bucks.
I thought that when he first got released, but then I thought about it. I was like, why? Nah, he's out of here.
Why would you announce the retirement and then go sign with the Bucks? It looks like a douche move, right?
Nah, he's out of here. Well, they were gonna release him anyway when he felt the physical. They have to,
right?
So if he's not healthy, they would have to let him go.
Explain to me that. Why do they have to release him?
Because I don't think they had to release him, but he felt his physical, so he pretty much isn't physically fit to play.
Right, but don't you get like 2 tries or something like that?
Yeah, but
like it's not like a one-time done.
But they've been dealing with this for the past 6 months or so. So I'm pretty sure they have all the medical records, and even him can see like, all right, my knee's not getting any better. It's no point in trying to go out here and cause further injury when I
and the team isn't gonna go to the playoffs. Or I mean, it might go to the playoff, but it's not looking like
they're not a contender right now. They might make the playoffs, but they're not a contender.
So with any retired player, the question is he Hall of Fame worthy? Because that's what you're gonna be hearing on First Take and etc.
He kind of has the resume. So I was showing you the stats earlier. I'm gonna read them out. So
go ahead.
In the 12 seasons he played with New England from 09 to 21, 137 out of 192 games, 620 receptions, 6,822 yards,
solid,
11 yard to catch ratio, and 36 career touchdowns. And then for y'all who care about fantasy, he had 976 fantasy points for his whole career. So I mean, he has a decent resume, and then on top of that, 3 Super Bowls.
Right.
One which he
kind of single-handedly saved them.
He was the catalyst to turn that around when he was losing to the Falcons with that catch. Well, they were already coming back, but that really put them over the top.
Could you argue that he was better? He was a better slot receiver than Wes Welker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Wes Welker's stats are.
Because currently Wes Welker isn't a Hall of Famer.
Wes Welker didn't have the same impact. I think he has a ring with
He
Us
did
with the
have
Broncos and
he
the
had I
Patriots.
think he had 2 rings.
But he never had the same impact in his
Right.
career as Julian Edelman.
I always kind of view them the same, but yeah, you are right. Jewel came up clutch and produced more over time than Wes Welker did.
Yeah, I mean, I put all those white boy slots in the same category: Wes, Julian Edelman, Amendola,
Beasley,
Cole Beasley, Hunter Renfro.
it's kind of weird, but I think you would have to put Edelman top amongst all the white boy slots.
Yeah, you can say what you want. He played with Brady, whatever, but he produced.
Right, he produced before the Patriots, not in the same.
Well, I think he only played with the Patriots.
No. He played with somebody else before the Patriots.
Edelman, are you sure?
I swear to God, I think he played with the Dolphins.
No, you're thinking of Wes. Wes Welker played with the Dolphins.
Fuck, I'm getting my white boy mixed up.
Yeah, I was about to say Edelman didn't play with the Dolphins.
No, I swear to
Now,
God,
he
played.
Wes.
Huh?
Now Edelman went straight to the Patriots because he was a quarterback at Kent State.
Right. So he played with somebody else before.
No, he went straight to New England.
He went straight to New
Went
England.
straight to New England. I swear to God.
All right, I'm thinking about Wes.
Yeah, you
My
think about
bad.
Wes.
My bad.
But nah, I still
Mixed
think,
up the wrong white boy. All right.
But Edelman is for sure. He's for sure a better receiver than Wes.
I don't think he's first ballot based on just because they care about the numbers. So based on the numbers, first ballot, I don't think it's happening. But I think I'm gonna say fuck. I don't know. With the NFL, it's kind of hard because even T.O. couldn't fucking get in for such a long time, and T.O. was, to me, first ballot. But
well, that was more of a media thing. But
right,
I mean, look at Ocho. His might be more of a media thing too. But he has 10,000 career yards and he's not in. So
right,
yeah, Edelman won't be a first ballot. But the fact that he has three rings, he might be a second, maybe a third. I think maybe a third or fourth ballot. Maybe not second, but
you think he can get in before Ocho?
Well, Ocho don't want to be in it. It's all politics, and Ocho don't give a fuck. And the media people who vote for it obviously don't like him. So he might get in the future, Ocho, but I think Edelman will get him.
I think probably third class, probably. You're probably right around the third class.
He'll get there that third year because you have to wait like a good 4 years before you. But yeah. So 7 years from now, we'll probably see.
Which is so weird. Like NBA, you gotta wait like a year or two after your retirement, then you're like basically eligible. With the fucking NFL, is like it's a long time before you can even get that call, and then to even get that call is so fucking hard because they're accounting every little details that happen within your career, and it's fuck. How many criteria is it? Because if you're just gonna go based on stat and impact, Ocho should be in there already. But that's not the case.
Like I said, it's all politics. That's why.
Yeah. I think sometimes at the end of the day, they gotta slow down on the expectation of the players to be this fucking angel. If you committed crimes and all that shit, then okay, I get it. But if you just had a few drunk nights here and there, cause some scuffle, talk some shit, I don't know why they're taking that shit into effect so much.
I personally think that when it comes to Hall of Fame voting, no matter if it's basketball, football, well, since we're talking about football specifically, I think you should separate the player's life from their accomplishments and their accolades and everything when it comes to sport. I don't think what they do off the field should be taken into account when you're trying to vote them for the Hall of Fame. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people who are pieces of shit, but you can't take away
what they did on the field. Yeah,
you can't take away what they did on the field. OJ, as an example,
he wasn't running he wasn't running routes on the streets. He was running routes on the fucking field. So that counts. And
you can't take away that stuff from them. So I mean, I think if the Hall of Fame committee starts focusing more on what the players do on the field and stop worrying about all the extracurriculars, we'll start seeing more people who deserve to get into the Hall of Fame actually get there. Right.
So yeah, to put a cap on this little topic, I think Jewel deserved to be Hall of Famer. Good time to step away. Didn't really need to prove anything. If he wanted to retire for a year and come back and play for the Bucks next year, probably a smart move.
I think he's done. I think his knee is at the point where it's done.
He probably gonna get an ESPN deal.
Oh, he's for sure. Well, I think he used to already do
something.
I could have sworn I seen him on somewhere, CBS or somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be.
You know these players that retire abruptly, they got a deal coming up in some kind of field, whether it's like podcast, ESPN, Fox, or CBS, whatever it is.
I can see Jules doing a podcast.
Yeah. Fucking JJ Redick's doing a podcast now.
Like
yeah.
JJ's podcast too. So,
yeah.
I can see Julian Edelman.
I don't know how he does a podcast. He's doing a podcast and playing basketball at the same time. And
it's not that hard.
I guess it's not that hard, but yeah.
Well,
it'd be weird because like
it's not that hard.
I would talk so much shit and then I would just then go play against the player at like 7 p.m. if I was in his position.
Yeah, he's obviously like, I mean, he's not just doing it himself. Obviously, it's probably somebody else doing most of the editing and stuff for him. He's probably just doing the recording right now since he's in the season.
Right.
Probably does more when it's off season, but
right. Speaking of talking shit, we can go either way, but let's go with Draymond. Was what he said out of line? Because. But I'm going to let you spill your thought. But before that, I want to say something real funny. On ESPN, the day after that happened, I think it was The Jump or something like that. They had or First Take. They had a whole segment where it's just 4 women, no men, like 4 women on the screen, and they talked about Draymond, and then they hammered him. And if you don't know what happened, Draymond basically came out and said, you know what, like, I think the women's kind of did themselves injustice by basically letting their words talk more rather than letting their sport be the topic of discussion.
I got it right here for you. I'll read it.
Okay.
So hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, so here. He basically said, I've been seeing a lot of talk about the pay gap between women and men, especially in sports. It's not even close, but let's stop allowing y'all complaints to fall on deaf ears due to numbers. As long as y'all make the argument about pay while the revenue stays the same, they will continue to point at the revenue not being high enough to cover bigger salaries. While that is true in damn near every business, how do we take that card out of their pockets? That's the key to changing the pay. There's no argument for lack of revenue unless, and then that article I was reading to stop. But basically was saying like the women need to start like, he ended it basically saying break the mold and then change the game. So like,
right.
Yeah, I mean, he agrees with everything. And the thing is, Draymond wasn't really wrong. Like maybe the way he worded it was a little harsh, but what he's saying is like, if y'all just keep complaining and all they're hearing is the complaints and y'all not showing like how they can, and I'm pretty sure they're doing that, so I won't even say it like that, but like if all they see is the complaints, whenever we see this on social media, when it comes to women athletes not making as much as men, all we see is the complaints. We never see like what we can do or what the athletes can do to actually make the situation better for women. Draymond, I get what he's saying, but I mean, at the same time, he's a man. It's not really his place to speak on these issues. If he's going to say that, he has to at least say it a little better. So I get why women are mad.
You know what Draymond reminds me of? He reminds me of like a little bit of me and that, that one friend who has like some kind of good intention, but they're just so real about it in the way they like say things.
Yeah, he's blunt.
It's too blunt. It's like in this day and age, you can't really speak your mind fully without like analyzing it, then try to like put a little sugar coat over the top, then make a statement. And he just kind of like splurred out in the moment. And then Megan Rapinoe, which is like the soccer woman who came out and said it's unfortunate, I think that that's his opinion. And then Draymond's like, well, it's unfortunate that she thinks that my opinion is unfortunate. And I kind of get that just because like, I mean, it's his opinion. I mean, he's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah, but he's on the same side as him. Right,
he's on the same side. I think he's just tackling the topic from a different angle, whereas the women's always tackling from the spot of like, yo, I just need a raise, I just need a raise, I just need a raise. But he's tackling from an aspect of like, okay, come up with a plan of how you can boost the revenue, not how much more money you want to get paid, because if the revenue stream isn't there, obviously it's not gonna be showing on the paycheck, and that it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because like instead of coming to the public and all that just about like pay raise, it's like how about you go there with maybe they have done this already. I kind of heard of them kind of talking about it, but it wasn't like really concrete plan of like maybe this is how you should advertise us, and this is a certain way where we kind of want to be advertised. Maybe time change, maybe television deal, because they are in a union, so their CBA can talk about how it can be the deal can set them up in a better position. And then when it just comes to women's sport, I know like they do deserve to get paid more. Saying that they deserve the same money as the men is I'm not trying to be like unequal here, but I mean at the end of the day, like we're just being real. Like I can't go into work and expect to get paid more when I'm not bringing in revenue to the company, the same as, my coworker or something. If he's selling 5 cars and I'm only selling 2, like I can't expect a raise. Like it is what it is,
But you have to look at it. Like I forgot where I seen this at. I don't know what I was reading. I got to find the actual source, but basically I seen something that said the statistics. For example, when the NBA and the WNBA was in the bubble,
right?
NBA ratings went down while WNBA ratings went up. I think they were the best they've ever been in the history of the WNBA.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, obviously they're not NBA players. They're not going to get as many views, but that doesn't. Right. But they're still professional athletes.
Right.
There's so many like women sponsorships that the WNBA should be going after.
Right.
In order to get this extra money to pay them. Like.
Right.
When you see WNBA games, you see fucking Gatorade commercials or like okay, even football games.
Yeah.
You see fucking Brett Favre in every single Wrangler jeans commercial promoting some jeans.
Exactly.
When it's WNBA games, why we should have these WNBA players, and I don't want to sound sexist like this, but like women wear makeup and stuff, tampons and pads, like all this stuff. Like we should have more commercials.
Right.
They should be more sponsorships with the NBA, something that so people like, even if it's not just women watching it, they're still getting these sponsorship deals. That money is still coming in.
Right.
So that's more money going into the women's pockets.
It's kind of like something I talked about with a few episodes ago. I don't if you haven't heard it, make sure you check out our old episodes. But I was kind of talking about how like the WWE and the UFC does a very great job of promoting their women. And like speaking of that, just like recently, WrestleMania Saturday night was headlined by women. It was Sasha Banks and
home chick.
Forgot her name with the long ponytail.
Yeah, chick. I can't think of her name to save my life either.
Fucking flew over my head. But yeah, they headlined Saturday night. So like it's just about how they're being promoted and then put on a show when you do get that stage. So I think more national television deal would definitely benefit the women's team. Mm-hmm. And also another thing is that like the league is it's just barely past its second decade, going to the third decade or something like that. So
I think this is the 25th year.
Right. Yeah. So if you want to compare that to like the NBA, which is like span over almost 100 years now,
been around, yeah. So there's still,
so it's like it's kind of like it's in its infancy because there's not a lot of team. It's only like 16 teams or something like that.
Yeah, it's still a young league, and I mean I get it. Yeah, it's a young league, but we're in a day and age where there's so much money in advertising and marketing. They could do something to get. But see, my thing with the whole thing is.
But the thing is that I think what it is the tickets.
Yeah, that might be the tickets.
The ticket sales really hurt them, and also I don't think, the views definitely hurt them as well.
Okay, so when you go to ticket sales and views, and this is where I agree with the women. Look at how much the women's soccer national team is getting paid compared to the men's, and the men's haven't done shit since the early 2000s, and they still didn't do shit.
Right.
The women have been the women's national soccer team with Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, all them. Mm-hmm. They've been running shit for like the past 20 years when it comes to women's soccer.
Yeah.
We don't even see the men in the World Cup, but when it comes to the Olympics, when it comes to the women's World Cup, guess who's in the finals every single time? The USA. Mm-hmm. Now when it comes to the men, so like for example, nobody watches U.S. men's soccer because we know they're gonna fucking lose every single game.
Right.
But when you tune in to the U.S. women's national team, then you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a win for USA.
Yeah, no. When it comes to the soccer team, yes, the women's been fucking balling, and they always have, and they always will be, and they always will be good. So
that's why they deserve endorsements and everything.
They fucking definitely deserve a raise. But when it comes to the WNBA, the rating has been going up every year by like just
even 13, if it's small 14%. Yeah, that's still something.
And then the WNBA final has been up by 34% over the year. So I think like there's a lot of positive. Over time, there's going to be a lot more viewers. I think, like I said before, I just think the timing of the WNBA happening, it's just not the right time because it's right after the finals and people are fucking overexhausted with basketball. And now jump.
Yeah, I get you. They should probably switch it up,
right?
Like and the way the season. I mean, I don't even think maybe they should do that. Like, cause it's enough people in the world for people to watch basketball and still be like, okay, the finals is over. Let's watch WNBA basketball. So I wouldn't even say that, but I get what you're saying. Like, most people are once the finals is over, everybody's going on vacations. It's that part of the summer.
Summertime. Like summertime, there's a lot of shit to do. You know, like. Sometimes you just like,
but you also got to think soccer's year round, pretty much. So
right,
soccer's always going to be on. Then by the time fall comes, you got football and baseball because baseball's in the summer, it ends in October. Right. Football's starting in September and going all the way to February.
Yeah.
Then basketball's starting in October, right when baseball ends. So and then hockey's somewhere in between all that.
Right. It's a lot of competition.
So yeah, they just do. I think maybe the scheduling won't be bad. It's just we have to. There's enough marketing money. There's enough endorsements to go around to get these women paid.
They need more national TV for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, stop showing WNBA on fucking ESPN
Plus or something. Yeah, no.
Put it on an actual ESPN. Put them on ABC or something.
Right. You gotta shove it. You gotta shove that product down their throats to the masses. You can't just kind of hide that shit on ESPN too. Like it doesn't work. And also. They need as much as I fucking hate this when it comes to sport being on so many different television companies, but they do need to be on a lot more companies.
No, that's for sure. Because I've never seen a WNBA game on like CBS. I personally don't watch them because one, I don't even know when they come on. But if I do catch it, I'll watch it here and there. But whenever I see them, they're only on ESPN.
Right.
Like I never see them anywhere else, and they're like on ESPN2. Like ESPN News, like nobody watches the ESPN News channel because usually all it is just reruns of SportsCenter.
Right.
So why would you put it on that when you could just put it on ESPN instead of putting the reruns of SportsCenter on the normal ESPN? That's like, come on now, you can. It's not, and that's not just on ESPN. That's on everybody. Like, not the athletes, but the corporate part side of it. That's on all of them. They can do better in getting these women the exposure because we have all these stars. We got Elizabeth Cambridge. Yep. Lexi Brown, Paige Buckers, Kelsey Plum.
Right.
Sorry, she's still going even though she old as hell. Like we got all these fucking
Diana still going.
Yeah, we got all I think Sue Bird retired.
Sue Bird retired.
Yeah, but we still got all these other chicks in the league who are really fucking.
Yo,
I thought of NBA, but no, we still got all these other women in the league who fucking. Who are balling though?
Like, yeah, no, they
all
balling.
Those people are named, and I don't even watch WNBA like that. Yeah. The fact that I know those that much, I can name like damn near 10 people off the top of my hands.
Well, I think
that's saying something.
And I think they need to make more post game, pre game show for the WNBA. It can't just be like, oh, here's a game. Yeah, like let's build the game if it's a primetime game, and also they do need a primetime game. Build the fucking game. Like have a lot of NBA analysts that are females talking about it, promote it more. Also, invest in a better draft. Make the draft a big deal because these NCAA women basketball players are fucking balling, and they need a better draft.
Chicks is nice, man. I was watching the Final Four. They was out there.
It was nice. They fucking laid out there. Like
they really play. Like yeah, they might not be fucking dunking and doing 360 windmills and shit, but when you watch from this season when I was watching college basketball, the fundamentals, it's just so amazing to see the fundamentals. And I suck at basketball, so that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Like their fundamentals
and
are crazy.
social media wise too, like Bleacher Report needs to post more and all that. But also again, like, but I feel like when they are posting like women's sports or just women's in general, the comment section is fucking brutal with men's are just like, we
so
don't want to care about this.
It's
and
so
it's
toxic.
like,
They be telling the women's to go in the kitchen or all like kitchen,
fuck, man.
Hall of Fame kitchen cleaner or dish cleaner or something. Yeah,
Right.
It's toxic.
But
that's not the masses. That's just the people on social media.
That's just the dickheads that want to like talk some shit.
Yeah, who are trying to troll. That's not the masses. Like,
right. So I think if they do get the platform, they do get the media push, then the revenue will come. And also for the basketball aspect, there's just the season's pretty short. It's like 30-some games. And then on the soccer end, well, they just need to be getting paid more on the soccer end.
Yeah, they just need to pay them. I don't give a fuck. You can't say shit about soccer because they've been running shit.
Yeah.
So you just got to pay them.
As simple as that. It's just the soccer, they got to get paid more. That's it.
Like, I can see people trying to fight when it comes to basketball and, you're not paying them because they women. But when you bring up soccer, you can't say that.
No.
Because the U.S. men's national team is fucking ass
trash.
cheeks. They're fucking terrible.
Hey, to make it into the World Cup, that's a win.
Fuck making it into the for the men, yes.
Yeah,
but for the women,
men,
just making it as a fucking loss. They in there to win that shit.
Yeah, right.
Every single 4 years.
You know what they should do? You know what they should do? They should use some of those COVID stimulus package, reserve that shit for the next time they win like another World Cup. Then they go visit the White House, and then the federal government should just pay them with the stimulus money. Because there's still stimulus money running around. So let's just, if we're gonna start printing money, let's start printing. Let's start printing money for the women's soccer team.
Fuck the economy up. It ain't the government. The league needs to be paying these.
But they're representing the country.
Oh well, in that sense, but it's still FIFA. It's still under FIFA. It's under
right. But FIFA is a scam.
That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, no, the government should just reward them. I feel like the government should reward any like Olympic athletes. I don't know. Why not? I mean,
it would like obviously have to be a lot of
you're
like
representing the country
going into that, but I get what you're saying. I'm not mad at that. But
yeah, I mean, it doesn't
a lot
have
of politics that have to go into that. A lot of contracts, a lot of legal stuff they would have to do before the government can even just start giving out money to athletes for excelling in the Olympics.
True. Speaking of giving money, apparently Connor never gave Dustin the $500,000 that he promised to donate to his charity. How do you feel that? Is Connor wrong for this? Is he cheap?
Well, okay. So what I read was the reason Connor never gave the money is because, like he said, with his money, like if I'm donating it, I want to know where the money's going.
Right.
And he said the charity organization for Dustin Poirier never really gave him a legit or concrete answer on where his money is going. And he's like, I'm not just gonna give you $500,000 and that shit's going to some shit. Like if it's not going to build, how Dustin said he went to build a gym or a play.
He want to build a gym for the kids.
Lafayette in his hometown.
Yeah.
How does Connor know that? Like Connor wants to see the proof.
Right.
You don't need to fucking give him construction papers to show that you, as soon as you get the money, you're gonna build the gym. But he wants to see proof to know. And we don't. And as fans, we don't know what the fuck. Like we don't know
what's happening.
Who's bullshitting, who's right or wrong. But if we play on one side, I would say I don't think Connor's wrong. Like I mean, it's a donation at the same time. Yeah, you have a verbal agreement.
He's not obligated. Yeah, you know, like if it comes down, if it gets to him a year later, it's still a donation.
Yeah,
you know?
and I get it was a verbal agreement, but it's still a donation at the end of the day. It's not fucking. There's no written contract. It wasn't a bet. It wasn't, if you lose, you have to donate $500,000 to my charity. This was, hey, I fuck with you. Like, I'm more humble now. You're one of the greatest one of the greats in our division. And we cool. So I'm gonna donate to your charity, win or lose. And he just hasn't did it. So maybe he's busy.
Yeah, you know what? You know what really showed is how rich Connor is and how much money ego this is to him. Because as soon as Dustin was like, bro, you never gave us the money, his rich side just suddenly come out like, bitch, I have the money. Don't talk like I don't got the money. Let's be honest, $500,000 ain't nothing to me. All right,
yeah, that's not shit to Connor.
But the way Dustin tweeted was kind of like he's a little stingy with the money, trying to like scheme his way out of not giving him the $500,000. But So Connor, when I looked at the tweet, I was like, oh yeah, if I was rich, my little rich ego side would come out too. I'd be like, what? I do got the money, bro. I'm balling. I'm on a yacht. Where you at? In Louisiana?
I would have took it further. I would have been so petty. I would have posted a screenshot of me donating $500,000 to a different charity that has nothing to do with Dustin.
That's foul.
I would have taken another.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm still donating it to charity.
True.
You can't say I'm being an asshole because I donated to another charity.
I would have just write a blank check, and then like just post it. Like,
and I would have doubled up, and it would have been $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I would have just write that off on my tax and just get it back somehow because that's what they all do. But also, this kind of shine a light on a lot of fucking foundation that says a lot of things and promise a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, sometimes they pocketing that shit.
Yeah, they be pocketing. A lot of these charities be pocketing some of that money. I don't want to sound cynical or sound like an asshole, but I mean, it's just realistic. I'm pretty sure all of that money isn't going. That when people donate a large sum of money, I'm pretty sure like a good 10% of that is probably going back into the actual charity, whether it's going straight to the people's paychecks or whatever it may be. I know some of it is not just going to wherever the cause is supposed to be donated for. Like
exactly. I
mean, but they have to. Even these are nonprofit organizations. They have to get paid somehow.
Yeah.
Like most of these organizations, I don't think they make money. I think that's the whole point of nonprofit. I could be wrong, but
right. But also, I like the fact that this exchange happened because now I don't know.
Connor, I've been waiting to see.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this shit talking Connor. So it finally came, but now motherfucker got a tweet saying, "All right, kids, good luck on the next contract. I'll fight somebody else." And I was like, whoa.
Okay, but Dana's not going to let that happen.
Well, he signed the contract already. It's official. Yeah. I think
you can't get out of that.
The way he talks shit sometimes is just a little fucking funny. To be honest, Connor sometimes just go out of line and say some fucking real white boy drama bullshit. Cry wolf. But yeah. I hope the fight happens. I don't think it's gonna get canceled.
It's not getting canceled. There's no way in hell Dana's gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. Didn't Dana used to fight himself, or doesn't he study MMA? He'll fucking put Connor to sleep or hold him down. So.
No, he should show him the check. Connor.
No, I think of Joe Rogan.
Connor jet fee and like cars fee and all that is too damn high to be not fighting. So if I was
Connor
him,
got a shit ton of money still, but yeah, you're right. Like he would lose out on so much money if he decided to not fight this fight. But he's not. Connor not stupid. Yeah, this is all just for show. This is just to get everybody looking like, oh my god, is he really gonna back out of the fight just for him to go into the fight and hopefully whoop Dustin ass? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping we see.
All right, man. Enough about that. What else is happening in the world of sports, huh?
So let's see.
Do we want to talk about WrestleMania?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's hop on WrestleMania.
All right, let's talk about WrestleMania. I don't know. I watched the entire show. Did you watch the entire show?
I watched a little. I caught it here and there. I forgot that I didn't know what was happening this weekend until you brought it up to me. Right. And I was like, oh shit, let me start catching up. I missed it. I missed a lot of it.
Bro, they wrestled through the entire storm.
Wait, what do you mean?
Florida.
Oh, it's hurricane season.
Yeah, it was hurricane.
Oh shit.
The first night I popped on and then they're like, oh, the show's postponed, and I was like, postponed? What the fuck? And then everybody had on rain suits. They were showing around. And yeah, there's fans back. It looked like it was 50%. Maybe it's a little bit more than 50%, but there's fans back.
In Florida, that shit might be like 70 or close to 100 now.
Yeah, probably in Florida, probably. But yeah, so they like literally they waited. So thunderstorm happened the morning of. Went through the whole thing. Show starts around 8 p.m. Eastern. And kind of got delayed to like 9 p.m. I think, whatever it is. And literally, you can kind of see as the storm just kind of passed the stadium. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers like, all right, time to wrestle. Let's go. Giddy up.
Get that shit out the way before that shit come back around. I'm already knowing.
And then you can see everybody's fucking wet out there. Like it was like, are you sweating? But then you're like, wait a minute.
So hold on.
It's a whole storm happening.
The arena, they was like, I know at WrestleMania they do it a lot. So they was at a football stadium where it's not covered.
Right, and they were at Tampa Stadium.
The Bucks?
The Bucks, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So not indoor. Shit was all outdoor. I don't know.
Moved it somewhere indoor.
I don't know. I don't know how they did it because there was a rave that's supposed to happen that same weekend maybe in Florida. The rave got canceled because they were like the wind blew off electrical cords, lights, and all that shit. And I was like, how the fuck did WWE just withstand the whole Florida storm right now and having a show?
The WWE is probably like a multi-billion, probably getting almost close to like $1 trillion organization.
No. They're not near no $1 trillion.
But they're a multi-billion dollar organization.
Somewhere like that.
They're multi-billion.
Yeah, they are.
Do you understand how long the WWE has been around?
They're in the billions. They're in the billions.
Yeah, they're there.
They're in the billions.
That rave, I don't give a fuck if it was like EDC or something. They're not a $1 billion organization yet.
No, yeah. So yes, so the show went
they have
on.
The money.
So the show went on, and the whole show, of course, everybody talked about Bad Bunny, right, bro? When this happened, I was like, all right, because the WWE always, like, around WrestleMania, they always try to bring some famous people in, and then
that's more new. Sorry to interrupt, but that's more new. They weren't like when we were younger.
Yeah, they were.
Like, not really. Oh, wait, no, I'm lying because Floyd Mayweather knocked out the Big Show. You're right.
Mike Tyson.
You're right. No, you're right.
They even had fucking Trump on there and he shaved off Shane McMahon's head.
That was WrestleMania?
I don't think it happened at WrestleMania.
No, that was Royal Rumble, I think.
That was Royal Rumble. Yeah.
But still, same thing.
But yeah, they always have famous people on. But the thing is, like, the segment is like real short. So if they even have a match, probably like 5 minutes, the famous people probably did nothing but like go in, punch, and then the other guy act like he was knocked the fuck out.
Except for Floyd, he really fought the Big Show. That shit was like a good 15-20 minute fight. I remember watching.
Bro, he was running the whole time.
The Big Show, 6'7" 500 pounds.
I know. I get it.
Run too.
Bro, he had a bare knuckle, right? He had a bare knuckle.
A chain. Was it a brass knuckle?
I think it was a brass knuckle.
No, that was John Cena when he fought the Big
Show.
No, you're right. Floyd had brass knuckles when the year after or 2 years after when John Cena fought the Big Show.
Right. And then Mike Tyson was on there.
I don't remember that one.
He was on there. So a lot of famous people always trying to jump in the WWE train just to do like it's basically free ad, you go on there.
Free promo.
Yeah, it's free promo. But so Bad Bunny appeared a month or two ago, or like a while back. So it's like a leading up storyline, right? And his storyline tied in with The Miz and John Morrison. So he's kind of like a little disruptor for The Miz. And this happened. I was like, okay, like, you know what? Like, it was a tag team match. It was him and his, I forgot the guy name, but it was him, his teammate against Miz and Morrison. And he started the match. And I was like, oh, what? I was like, damn, okay. Like, he's going to start the match? And I didn't.
Bad Bunny.
Bro, he started the match and he wrestled for 10 minutes straight because he wasn't able to tag his team. So he was but he was so good. He was agile. He hit the ropes right. He reacted right. He sold all the shots. He was able to reverse. He was able to do clothesline, drop kicks. He was able to like grapple and shit like that. And then he jumped off the top rope. And literally he wrestled for like 13 minutes straight without the pro wrestler. And then the pro wrestler came in for just a little bit. But man, I was impressed. I was like, Bad Bunny? Damn, bro. He looked better than like anybody there. And they were professional during that night. Like, he was jumping, he was flipping. He did outside the ring. He did like a front flip Batista bomb thing going. He jumped through the ropes. He was fucking impressive. I didn't think he had that in him. And he was small compared to the other wrestlers.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, so he was the talk of the show, and I felt like he stole the fucking show with that one.
I just seen that they did the Hall of Fame. I didn't realize the Hall of Fame, but I seen that. Dang, that's actually a good. What the fuck? Did Rob Van Dam just retire from WWE? What took him so long to get into the Hall of Fame? What took Eric Bischoff so long? Kane so long?
No. The WWE kind of like every year they induct so many at one time, so they start to kind of run out. So this year they had like NWO which is New World Order, and it has like Hulk Hogan, and I think Hulk Hogan.
What took so long for NWO to get into the WWE Hall of Fame?
I don't fucking know, but like Hulk Hogan got a Hall of Famer twice. I think Ric Flair got it twice. So they kind of like repeat things, and also they put individuals in, and then they also put team. And you know how one individual can be in like fucking 3 different teams throughout their entire career. So like you'll start to see them at like a bunch of different Hall of Fame,
okay.
But it's like, oh no, this is the Generation X, and then no, this is the NWO, or this is etc. So it's them, but it's actually them with the team.
Oh shit! Okay, hold on. Oh no, this is last year.
And then this year was the Bellas. This year was with the Bellas, so rightfully so. They deserve that shit.
That's crazy. JBL barely made it last year.
Yeah. He wasn't that great, so. I'm waiting on for John Cena to go in, but other than that, I don't know.
John Cena's not in yet,
bro. He's like kind of retired, but not really retired. He's just doing movies. Like he did the same thing The Rock did.
Yeah,
he did the same thing.
See him in WWE at all no more.
No. You know what's kind of funny? I know we're talking about wrestling a lot more. I don't think people give a fuck about wrestling, but he was a couple years back he wrestled The Rock for like 2-3 years straight or something like that in WrestleMania, and he was kind of talking shit about The Rock's like, you are never here full time. I'm here full time. You just a part time and a full time actor, and now like he's a full time actor and like
a whole ass toupee on his head. No, I'm joking, but it's
bro, he had hair now.
Yeah, what is John Cena talking about?
He had hair now.
What is John Cena talking about?
I don't know. He went full Hollywood with a full head of hair. Like long hair too, so it was kind of funny.
He had a whole comb over. He looked like Mark Wahlberg now.
Ain't nobody, he do look like Mark Wahlberg. He looked like Mark Wahlberg. Oh, he's in the new movie, the Suicide Squad movie that's gonna come out.
He's in a new one? Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. I don't know what I forgot the name of his character, but it looks real fucking corny because it's DC and you never know with them.
Is he replacing Will Smith? Because I heard Will Smith wasn't in it.
No, Will Smith is not in it. It's a different storyline. It's Suicide Squad, but it's like a whole
different character cast.
It's like a whole different cast. I think the only one that's like left is Harley Quinn. Yeah, they had to save her blonde ass.
But Will Smith character was good though. Will Smith must not wanted to do it no more.
Yeah, I think they got a lot of like bad reviews for the first Suicide Squad because DC
but that was a good movie though. I liked it personally. I liked it. That movie was good.
What else? What other DC movie?
It was better than any Batman movies that Ben Affleck was Batman. It was better than Wonder Woman. It was better than 1984. It was better than
wait. Don't talk shit about the first Wonder Woman. You can talk shit about the second one.
Too.
You can talk shit about the second one, but the first Wonder Woman?
It was alright. Suicide Squad was better in my opinion.
I guess. But I think Jared Leto is gonna be
the Joker again. He wasn't bad as a Joker, but they need to give him more.
They need to give him more screen time.
Yeah,
they're gonna do it.
They made it seem like Suicide Squad. Like I get, he's not part of Suicide Squad. That's Harley Quinn's like whole story and shit. But if you're gonna put the Joker in there, you might as well give him more screen time in like 6 minutes.
Yeah,
that's why people hated it.
You might as well start hashtagging restore Snyder Universe every day for the rest of your year, just so they can bring back that movie, because I don't know if you've seen the Snyder cut of Justice. Dude, it's a okay, I know we're not talking about sports, but we can talk about this.
I didn't watch Justice League anyway.
You didn't watch Justice League? Okay, you gotta. I'll give you my HBO account if you really want to watch it. But he did a Snyder cut, and basically he just took a bunch of footage and remake some of the footage, edit them and all that, but it's like a completely different movie. It's 4 hours long, so I don't know if you want to sacrifice 4 hours of your life. But if you watch the first one, you watch the second one. The first one is 2 hours long. The second one's 4 hours long. It literally, I came in talking so much shit. I was like, "Fuck DC, you're gonna just disappoint me again," and da da da. It's a completely different movie. So now they want Snyder to do what kind of Marvel did, because at the end of the movie, he kind of had a bunch of. Am I spoiling?
No, you're good.
Okay, he kind of had a bunch of clips where it's kind of like leading on to what it could have been had they not let Snyder go and bring Josh Whedon in. I think it's Josh Whedon.
See, the thing with DC is where they fuck up is I don't watch a lot of their movies, because a lot of the movies I see for the DC comics,
right?
They don't, like when you look at Marvel movies, Avengers, all these movies, they all tie into the comics. No, I don't like it, whether it's the I can't think of what it's called, the Infinity series or whatever, Infinity Gauntlet series or whatever that shit's called.
For Marvel?
Yeah, they all tie into the comics. Whatever I guess world they're in, like whether it's the Infinity World where Thanos is the main bad guy, or the other worlds where like the other like Sentinel and all these other dudes are the main bad guys. They make sure they tie into the comics, or even with Ultron.
Right.
DC don't really do that.
Right.
Like the movies are more like
one off.
They're standalone. Like they don't. Almost like in a sense, a better example is Harry Potter. All the Harry Potter movies tie into the books.
Right.
Same thing with Marvel. They all basically tie. I mean, it's a movie, so you put your little razzle dazzle here and there. But if you read the comic, it's ultimately like the same storyline. With DC, it's completely different.
DC is confused because they tend to just drop and like start a different project, and they never really continue it. And they also like. Their director, they don't really put a lot of effort into their director, and they don't really put a lot of faith in them. And then with DC, one bad movie literally will cancel the entire plan. And it's like, dude, like it's okay if you give us like 5 movies and 1 or 2 of them is like a flunk.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, like
let me think of one. When
Man of Steel is fire.
Let me use an example. So when Marvel, when the first Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire, when all those came out, when the very first Incredible Hulk came out, none of that shit really tied into the comics. That's why they redid Spider-Man. That's why they redid Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton and all that.
I think when Toby did it, it wasn't Marvel.
It was still Marvel. What are you talking about? Stan Lee, don't do that. Rest in peace. Don't do that.
Oh shit.
No, it was still Marvel.
Okay.
But it didn't tie. It was more like standalone. Like I mean, it still had the same characters, but it didn't necessarily tie into the comics. How the new Spider-Man, how the new Hulks, all that shit ties in. Like that's the thing with Marvel. I mean, with DC, like they don't tie in, and then like you said, they're always changing directors, always changing. We had 4 different Batmans in like I don't know how long.
Now we're about to have Robert Pattinson as another Batman. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
You can't keep switching the characters. That just fucks everything up.
And like Marvel just did it so right, where like I don't think that was their initial plan, but I'm pretty sure they have a plan, so they stuck through the plan. And now it's like with the Disney Plus thing, it's like you have to watch the show in order to get the movies, you know, like
I still have to start on WandaVision. I haven't started yet.
Oh yeah, no, WandaVision was good. I'm on to the Winter Soldier right now, and the Falcon. It's all right. I'm gonna hold my comment for after the show, and then Loki comes out. So it's like Disney. It's like
I gotta catch up too because Loki's about to come out.
Yeah,
I'm behind.
Disney is literally just giving you all this content. It's like, dude, if you want to get the storyline, you gotta watch all of it, and it's fucking phenomenal.
The shows are gonna tie into the new movies.
Right. It's a phenomenal business plan, and if they had this vision 20 years ago, fucking applaud. I kind of don't think that happened. I think they kind of started with Iron Man, and then they had a Captain America. Yes, they had a Thor, and then they was just like, you know what? What if we just kind of tie things around?
You got it right. So, because Iron Man came after the first Iron Man came after the old Incredible Hulks with the not Edward Norton, the other dude that played Bruce Banner. I can't think of his name.
It was a British dude,
the white dude that looked like Jim Carrey a little. That dude.
Right.
After that, when they redid the Incredible Hulk and they started Iron Man and all that, that's when they tied it in. Because remember, when you watch the new Incredible Hulk, the one with Edward Norton, where when he's facing that ugly orange looking monster, at the end, when you look at the scenes, that's where he meets Tony Stark in that weird ass like bar or whatever. Right. That's when they started tying it in, and that's all DC really has to do. It. They follow that blueprint because it's not like Marvel patented. It's not like you can't copy it.
And DC have the characters. They have the fucking superheroes.
Shit, it's arguably like I'm a Marvel fucking stan, but it's arguably DC got some better characters. Like I would love to see what they could do with Batman, with Flash.
With Batman, we can have another topic for Batman, but with Batman, like after the Dark Knight series, it really kind of hit me like in a place where I was like, oh, it's so good. I don't want another Batman soon. You know?
I think they did the Dark Knight was
Dark Knight series so good.
That's the only thing that DC did right. Like that was, I felt like that really matched the comic.
And they have to fucking kick Christopher Nolan out the curve. Like
no, Christopher Bale.
I thought it was Nolan.
No, it was
Christopher Nolan, bro. Anyways,
no.
All right, we're done with this. We're done with this one. All right, this is a wrap for episode 11. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Can't Tell Me Nothing podcast. We'll be back next week. And also Thursday. So check out Thursday episode. every.
Christian Bale.
No. I'm talking about the director.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actor.
Yeah. No, but Christian Bale. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and then if you don't want to watch a long episode on Tuesdays, it's a long episode. On Wednesdays are the clips, and then Thursdays long episode, and then Friday is the clips. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and then we out, Engerson.
See y'all next episode.